Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to today's Make It Monday event. Oh, it's a great Make It Monday event. I am so excited. I am making a make with you. I'm back from Germany. I'm caught up on my sleep. I think my jet lag is over. I'll tell you on Saturday morning. Friday night, I was loading the Saturday with Stacy YouTube class, and I was at home and I got up to take a look at it at about 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and it had stalled. So 3 o'clock in the morning, my son James and I were here at the shop reloading that video. Between that and the jet lag and everything else, I think I have finally caught up to being back here in sunny California. Now today is Make It Monday, and it is a Wahoo Kachoo event along with a little bit of Holy Smokes artichokes. I have one bundle from Sizzix for you. One bundle. It retails for almost $103. Your price is $19.99, and that is no joke. There is no little fine print that you have to look for. That is how amazing Make It Monday bundles are. They really are done with product that is not the latest releases. They're not the latest releases from your favorite manufacturers, but at these type of prices, they will become your most favorite because they are so affordable. And that's why we do Make It Mondays. It's our attempt, our effort to keep crafting affordable to all of you. And maybe $19.99 is exactly your budget. And wouldn't you like to get over $100 worth of product for that price? Keep in mind that the bundles are limited. We do not have oodles and oodles and oodles of them. And sometimes they sell out really fast, like bing, bang, boom, they sell out really fast. And sometimes they sit around for a while. So as long as we have them, we keep them in the Make It Monday category. And that way every week, gosh, maybe you missed one 2 weeks ago and there it is. We got a few more, somebody canceled an order and we're able to add another one back in, and you're able to add that into your order. So today, it's all about Sizzix, and I have a simple and fun make for you today. I'm gonna play with my Ecoline brush tip markers, my Royal Talents Ecoline watercolor markers, and I'm gonna be doing some embossing with an embossing folder and some stamping and some die cutting, a little bit of everything for you. The event has started. It is live right now on scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and yes, we have the product in our retail store as well. We have a brick and mortar retail store. In fact, we had lovely customers come in today from Florida. Hey! We had a lovely maker and her husband come in from Florida and visit us today in the retail store, and just had a lovely chat with her. Lovely couple. So you always are welcome to come visit us Monday through Friday. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is when we're open in our retail store. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And of course, online, we're open 24 hours, but we do have this bundle in our retail store as well. So you locals, if you're interested in this, by all means, give us a call tomorrow morning after 10, and we can pull the bundle directly off of the shop floor and put it away for you like we normally do. All right, so today I'm going to walk you through the bundle. I'm going to show you the storyboards that go with it, and then we're going to dive into a simple but fun make. I've got a few extra items that we're going to add into this week's Make It Monday, like some Spectrum Noir glossy accents. Well, they've got to go, so we're going to make them go. I've got a few things we're going to add into it, and that way if you wanted to add those into your order as well, as long as it all falls under the Make It Monday category, it will expedite ship out to you. Okay, so are you ready to get started? I'm going to walk you through the bundle. The bundle, here it is. So there's the retail, almost $103. Your price is $19.99. I'm going to show you what's inside. I'm going to show you the storyboards at the same time, and that way you get to see both. And then we'll start making a make. It's good to see everybody. It's good to feel like me again. It was a long trip. Germany and back is a long trip, and you don't really get much time to get acclimated to the time over there, and then you're back and you're not in our time zone, but you're not in their time zone. And then Saturday, I never thought, I got James, I said, James, we have to go to the store. He's like, why? I said, my video stopped loading. He said, Mom, it's 2:30 in the morning. I said, I know, I don't want to go by myself. Come with me. So he got in the car and we drove over and started the reload. Bless his heart, truly. Mom, what? It's 2:30 in the morning. I know, get up, get dressed. All right, I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started for today. It's good to see everybody. Hello. I feel like myself again. I just needed to figure out what time zone I was in. I'm glad I only do Germany once a year. Okay, so here's our bundle for today. And again, a phenomenal price. What do you get inside? Well, let's look. So to start with, you get are they calling this a textured multi-level? So this is a multi-level embossing folder. So it's got 3D elements to it. And it's the cute little raindrops and clouds. Here it is. And we're going to be playing with this one today. So raindrops and clouds, your first. That's like $12.50 right there. Then we have Eileen Hull, they're the little spoon ends, or it's so cute. The little cutlery ends. Here it is. You can see how darling and vintage it is. Super cute. And then I have a stamp set that says, thankful and grateful, sending you the biggest hug ever. I will always love you. It's the little things and choose happy. So you've got an entire stamp set of sentiments. I have got a darling die set, and we're going to be using this one today. So it's got the umbrella, it's got all the little doggy and the little rain boots and the mittens and the little kitty, the little clouds. Really cute. And here is the storyboard for that. So all of it, the little mittens, the little kitty cats, the little teacup and saucer, the clouds, the rain boots, the mittens, the little raindrops, the umbrella. All of this is in this one set right here. So we've got that for you. I have got another stamp set, and this one is You Are My Cup of Tea. Have a terrific day. Thinking of brew, that's magnificent. You will always be my best tea. And there they are stamped out. And then last but not least, I have a die from Jen Long. I think she calls these, well, this is called Card Cafe. And everything that comes in it, so the little hearts, for the lid, this is going to do a flip. It's like a fold along. You've got the center. All of this is in here. And what it makes is so stinking cute. You're like, well, what are these two pieces for? Right here, the green, those two pieces, that way, look at it, it just fits perfectly. That's how it's supposed to go. Look at how cute is this? So you have the lid for the long side, the lid for the short side. You've got the oval to mount, the little hearts, really darling. And this sample was done by Britt Bass. So in today's Make It Monday, we've got a Gen Long flip die. We've got the stamp set to go with it. We've got a darling Umbrella in the Rain die set. We've got a sentiment set to go with it. And then we have 2 embossing folders. The ones with the ends of your cutlery in the vintage would go really cute with the tea. And then the clouds are darling with the umbrella. So all of this comes in that one bundle for $19.99. And it really is an amazing value. Something that you're not going to be able to find just anywhere. Scrapbooking Made Simple is the only place that does a Make It Monday event. And we try to negotiate with your favorite manufacturers and bring you some pretty amazing products. So all of this for $19.99. All right, let's get started for today. So I'm going to be playing with lots of white paper, black paper, and I'm going to be playing with my Ecoline markers. I'm going to take some of my white cardstock, and this is just white cardstock. Now coming up, Scrapbooking Made Simple will have a new launch of white, black, and cream cardstock that is a little bit heavier in weight, about 110 pounds, and I can't wait to bring it to you. It's brand new for us, and I think it will be under the Stacy Park Designs logo. So really excited, and I'm playing with it, so I can't wait till it finally lands. But let's start. I'm going to be playing with my Ecoline brush tip markers. I use these in the studio with Stacy for all of January. We released 8 sets of them. They are beautiful, and I'm going to start with these today. They are a brush tip. The tip is from Japan. The ink is done. It's just gorgeous. It is a beautiful watercolor ink. It is bound with 100% pure gum Arabic, and it just works so well. Now I'm going to do scribble, 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 because I'm really good at scribble, scribble, scribble. So I'm just going to do some scribble, 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 because I excel at that. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a little black over the top. Just a little bit of black. I might add maybe a little bit more, we'll see. Now, I'm going to take just some straight water. That's it, just some straight water in my turbo mister. And I'm going to spray. And do you see what's happening? My scribble, scribble, scribble is becoming a paint, a wet ink, which then I can go in, and me being me, I like my finger, but I can go in and I can start moving this all around and making a background. I can just start moving it, kind of mixing the color. Off to the side maybe. And my color's going to run. Now remember, I'm just on 100-pound paper. Well, this is actually 110-pound paper. So I'm not using anything special, no fancy watercolor paper. I just want to make a pretty background. And then I'm going to take my heat tool, and I'm going to come in with my heat tool and dry. And that water's going to kind of move around. And I just want to make a background. And just like that, I've made a super cool little background. It really is that easy peasy to do. Not hard at all. And it is all about the scribble, scribble, scribble. So scribble, scribble, scribble. Because this is a fine art marker, this is a watercolor marker from Royal Talons under the brand Ecoline. They really are the easiest to use. Incredible easy. Go in there and spray, spray, spray. And I'm all about the water. And then depending on if you can use a paintbrush. I like using my finger. And I like mixing the black into that blue, and I'm shading that blue into something else. And I can let it roll and move and mix and blend to whatever makes my heart happy. And then I can come in and dry. It's not hard. It's fast. All the colors work beautifully together. And you let the water do all the work. And it makes just a gorgeous background. Okay, so now I've got two to play with. Look at how yummy is that, right? All those highs and lows. And I could spritz it if I wanted to. And move it again if I wanted to. A little more water. And spritz it and heat it. And you have options with this. So now I've done a whole spritzing in the middle. So now I've changed it up again. All right, I think this one's dry enough. I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna take my we're calling this a multi-level embossing folder from Sizzix. So what a multi-level is really, it's a 3D embossing folder that has highs and lows to it. So it's got some elements that are more 3D and other elements that kind of sit down lower than. And we're gonna use this, and let's see. Bet I can get 2 out of here. All right, so I've got 2 to play with. And this one. Now, it works the same way as a 3D embossing folder normally would when you're putting it through your Big Shot machine. You're gonna put your paper in, remembering that the Sizzix logo, you should be able to see that. That means your top up, that's your face up, or the design. The back side of a Sizzix embossing folder is a little bit more narrow than the top. So I wanna see that design, and I wanna see that name, and I wanna see the paper that I want to finish. No, I'll stick with this one. All right, let's send it on through and see what we get. So, same sandwich as a 3D embossing folder, which means you are not going to use your solo shim at all. Solo shim goes to the side. You've got your base platform, you've got your 3D or multi-level embossing folder. I always go with the open side in first, and I do it the way I remember it is that it's chomp, chomp, chomp. It's open in first. We're chomp, chomp, chomping. I don't go with the closed side in first. Everybody does it a little bit differently, but I go open side first. It works for me. You do what works for you. Now I put it at a slight angle so that it feeds in nicely. I put 1 plate over the top and I send it on through. And my machine is gonna take it like a dream. Easy peasy rolling. This is not difficult. So here I have one, and I've got the embossed element to it. It's got the little clouds going on and the little raindrops going on, but I wanted to really highlight those off a little bit better. So I'm gonna take, and instead of using an ink pad, I'm gonna use a re-inker of pigment white ink. This is Frost White from Jacquard, and I'm gonna use a dauber. Now you could take the ink pad and ink. I want to be a little more thoughtful on how much I put on. So instead of using the ink pad, because this does come in a full-size ink pad and inking, I'm going to take it and use my dauber. This is a pigment-based ink. So it's going to come out a little thicker than what you might be used to, because it's not dye-based. But a white ink needs to be a pigment-based ink, so it sits on top of the paper and holds that white. Your metallics, your whites are usually always a pigment-based ink. And then I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just gonna daub. So I don't want too much, I don't want too little. And by using the re-inker, I kind of have a little more control over how much I'm putting down, because I want to add just a touch of white to my element. Not too much, just a touch of white to my paper. So put my paper in. And I'm going to send it on through. And when I do this, that white is going to transfer onto my paper, but not so much that it becomes stark white. So now I've toned it down just a little bit, and I want to show you the difference. By adding that white, it just tones it down, really defines out the clouds and my raindrops. This doesn't have any white. Now you could come in and let's add a little bit more white. Hit it with your dauber. With the white, I like the re-inker because you do have that control. If I was stamping up a stamp pad or a sentiment, then perhaps I would want to use my ink pad to do it. But this, I'm just trying to add accent. I'm trying to do just a little bit, not so much. So having control with a dauber, for me, is easier. Too much. And if I get a little too much, I'm just going to take a little bit of my baby wipe and wipe it off. But now I can see my clouds, I can see my raindrops a little bit better than just plain. If I want to come back here, so this is white all over, if I want to come back in here and highlight it a little bit more, I can. I just toned down a little bit of my color to make it a little bit more moody. I felt like being a little moody today, so I just toned down a little of my color, putting the white all over. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it. I like both of them. So that color is a little more intense, and you've got the white just hitting on highlight, and here I've toned down a little bit of the color. And then your embossing folder is going to clean up with a baby wipe. And then you're good to go. Love the embossing folder, super cute. So I've got two here to play with. And I think the next thing we're gonna do is die cut. So I'm gonna put these to the side, and I guess I'm gonna do both of them since I've got them both there, right? I might as well. And I'm gonna bring over the die set that is called Rainy Day. And I'm gonna pull the umbrella and the inside of the umbrella, the piece that's going to add the detail. So I'm gonna cut this one in black, and I think I'm gonna cut it twice in black because I want two of them. So let's grab a piece of black paper. And let's roll it through. So for this, I am gonna need to have my solo shim back. or my A shim. So I need my base platform. I need my A shim because I'm using a thinlet and framelit die. I need a cut plate on the bottom. I need my paper, my die, and then a top cut plate. And we're gonna send it on through. Now this is a very easy die to cut. So not intricate, not complicated. Pretty much roll, roll, and you are done. So there's my first, and it gives you an extra little handle if you want. And then I'm gonna do it again because we have two. I've got two to play with. And away we go. Oh, that did not go all the way through. There we go. Again, an easy die. We call these an open frame die, which means that you can pretty much stick your hand through it because there's nothing intricate about it. Easy peasy. They're the easiest dies to cut because they are not intricate. Now let's take and pop this guy out because I don't. And let's decide what color we want for our top piece that's going to fit right on top and add that detail. So I think maybe I'll take a purple or this pretty, that's a pretty color. And maybe a red. That's a pretty color. Now I'm going to give it a whirl and see if I can cut two of these at the same time. Remembering that there's no blade on these dies. It's literally just an edge that when you add the right amount of pressure with the roller that's in the machine, it makes the cut happen. So these are great for working with kids and seniors and tweens and anybody who's not used to crafting because they're just easy to use and you can't hurt yourself with them, which is really easy, nice, user-friendly, beginner crafter friendly. So let's go ahead. I've got my I've got my base platform, my solo shim or A shim, my cut plate, my two pieces of paper. We're gonna try, I don't know. I mean, I'm asking it to go through two pieces of paper and all it has is a little lip on it, but we'll give it a whirl. So I'm gonna send it forward. And then just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna rotate it just to make sure that it cuts because I am asking it to go through two pieces of heavier cardstock. And either it will or it won't. Well, that one's out. Oh, by the hair of a chinny chin chin. Look at that. I got them both. Done. Both of them are done. Great. Yay. Wahoo kachoo. I'm very excited about that. Now, let's see. Am I going to like that on there? Maybe I want a brighter color. No, we'll just leave it, right? We'll just leave it. So now I'm going to put these together. And I'm going to take a little bit of Stacey tape on the back. Stacey tape is a double-sided adhesive. It is longer, stronger, very affordable. You don't have to use scissors with it. Fold it right back on into itself because it's double-sided tape. And I'm going to put it on my base, but I'm going to hold it a little bit up. So it is meant to fit just like that. So the little black pieces come, let's see if I can get a white piece of paper so you can see it. It's kind of meant to fit like that. So you have the little black top and the little black pieces down below. I'm going to hold it off just a little bit so that it looks like that. I want a little bit more of that black showing. So when I put it down, I'm going to hold it just a little bit higher than what it's meant to do, just to give a little bit more detail to it. Okay, and then let's do the red. So we've inked and watercolored and made our own background. And I left a little of my background with negative space. I like the negative space. And negative space is where there's no color, where I didn't add any color to it. There. Okay, those are cute, right? I think those are cute. And then I have to decide, I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit. And I'm going to straighten these up just a little bit because my cuts are a little crooked. And then I have to decide what I want to mat it on. And I think I want something a little bit bright. So maybe I mat it on the yellow, or not the dark blue. Or nope, not that one either. I think I'm going to mat it on the yellow. And maybe the red. Maybe the red gets matted on the dark blue. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's decide where I want my umbrella. Maybe there. So I'm going to snip off. I'm going to end up snipping off a little bit of my edges. So let's put my umbrella down. And I'm going to end up snipping off just a little bit of my edge. Not very much, but a little. And then I can mount it here. Take off a little bit on the top because it's a little bit over. Okay, I think we're getting there. Oh, delivery. A little bit of a mat. Should we double mat it? Okay, let's do the red one and then we'll make the decision about that. So let's put our red one down. And I'm just going to do a wash, rinse, and repeat. Tape folds right back into itself if you tear it just a little bit long. Straighten up this edge just a little bit. That one goes there. And trim off a little bit off the umbrella. Now you could make a larger card and then you don't trim anything off the umbrella. And then let's do, oh, look at how close that is. Oh my gosh, can I make it fit? Oh, I don't know if I can get it to fit. It's awful close. I'm going to say no. Okay, let's put this one down and mat this out. You all would probably be using a trimmer. I'm a freehander. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm thinking maybe that on the yellow. Oh, to pop it, I think that looks pretty. Okay. You would probably do a better job taping down than me, but that's all right. And then we'll stamp a sentiment. It's getting there. Did we want to put this on this one? Or maybe we put this on the dark blue. That looks good. Okay. And then now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might want to do the little handles to the umbrella in the matching color. So my YouTubes are not scripted, they're not edited, they're not pre-done. We do it together and I like it that way. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of Stacy tape. Let's use maybe 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna put a little piece down here and cut that out. And then I'm going to take my die, and where it has the double, see it has a little piece that lets you pop it if you want to do a different color. I'm just going to make sure that little piece is on the Stacy tape. Doesn't have to be exactly on the Stacy tape, not the whole thing, but at least some of it. Now this is where a kiss cut comes in. I don't need it to cut the entire piece out. I just need it to cut the paper. Sometimes it will cut the entire piece out, sometimes it won't. And when it doesn't, and you go to pop it out and it doesn't pop out, sometimes people throw it away, when in reality, you don't care about the liner whether it cut all the way through. All I care about is, did it cut the paper and put the adhesive on the paper for me? So sometimes it's a yes. Oh, it's a yes. Sometimes it's a no. But even if it had not popped all the way out, I still could pull my paper up and leave that liner behind, because ultimately you're going to throw that away anyway. So now I've made an instant sticker. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to leave it a little bit with a little bit of a shadow. Just a little bit of a shadow. Now we'll do the same thing, only in the red paper. You don't need much, but it sure makes it easy. And all I have to do is make sure that my die is somewhere on that Stacy tape. Doesn't have to be covering the whole thing. You just need it somewhere on that tape. And then send it on through. And there's my little piece. Now this time it wasn't all the way on, but that's okay. It's enough to glue it down. Plenty. Okay. Good. Now let's get a stamp sentiment. So I'm going to use sending you the biggest hug ever. And I'm going to be a little lazy today. Shh. I don't have my stencil and stamp tool here with me. I do have a cutting pad with me. So I'm going to turn that into my block. And I'm going to ink up with my black ink. This is the, well, you make do with what you got sitting in front of you. I don't even have a gush pad in front of me right now. We're just going to make it work. So ink up, flip over. So when in need, cutting pad indeed. Now I'm going to have to do a little bit better on my pressing because I have no gush pad underneath. I have nothing for it to sink into. So I'm going to have to try and do a little bit better on my pressing than normal. And I can't lift it up and restamp it because I'm not using a positioner. I'm good with that. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. I can't go 1, 2, 3 ABC and lift up because I'm not on a stamp positioner and I don't have a gush pad underneath me. So I've got to give a little extra effort just to make sure I've got it all. A little bit on my U, but I'm going to be okay with it. So let's cut them out. Oh, that was a really bad cut. Wow. All right, I'm going to go with that one. And let's trim this one down. All right, I'm going to mount them on black. And again, you'll do a better job of adhesive than I am. I'm just wanting to get this down so I can show you. A little bit of a mat. Trim it out. And then a wash, rinse, and repeat. So now I've got here. And I've got there. Cute. Now the very last thing that I can do is I can grab some glossy type of effects. This is Glossy Highlights from Spectrum Noir, which is Crafter's Companion. So we're gonna put these on sale for you. And I can come in and I can add little glossy highlights. And I think I might take just a little bit of my white, just to add a little bit more white to it. I'm just adding a little touch of white here and there. So it's the last thing I do is add that glossy highlight, because it's going to take time to dry. It's not instantaneous. Oh, and of course I just stuck my card in there. Of course I did. So I take a little bit, and you know what? This one I'm not going to do it on because the raindrops look really good in the white, and I'm just going to leave it. But I am going to take a little bit of it and put it on the back of my umbrella and use it as a glue to put my umbrella down. There we go, down. But I am going to use it here. And I'm going to put my umbrella down, and then I'm going to work around it. So just a little bit on the back of my umbrella, and then glue that into place. And then I can come in, and anywhere I see a little raindrop, a little dab and a flick out, and a dab and a flick out, and a dab and a flick out. That way I have a dot, and then it kind of wisps away like a raindrop would. Anywhere I see a raindrop. And they're going to dry with that crystal clear kind of raindroppy look to them. And just add a little bit of raindrop to it. I can also add a little bit to my umbrella so it looks like the rain is dropping off of it. Remember, this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, so this is the very last thing you want to do. Otherwise, you may find yourself putting your hand across it. Been there, done that about 1,000,000 times. So now I've got actual little raindrops that are going to dry clear and glossy, while I've got raindrops over here that are done in the white ink. And I think we're good. Easy cards to make. Maybe a little bit of glossy underneath just to put that umbrella handle down. We made our own background paper using 2 markers. 2 markers. How cute. And I still have these that I could play with. Love the texture that you get with it and the colors that you get with it. Isn't that beautiful? These are done with Ecoline watercolor markers from Royal Talons. They are a beautiful marker. I have 8 different sets of them. We'll go ahead and I used the bright set today. So we'll put the bright set in the YouTube Yummies in case you wanted to get those. And we'll put the glossy accents in there, the glossy highlights, and the white along with some of the daubers. But everything else came from, I need to let that dry. Everything else came from the 19.99 bundle. It is an amazing bundle for that price. Retails for $102.94. But on a Make It Monday for $19.99. And again, you've got the raindrop embossing folder. You've got the vintage, what do they call it? Is it vintage cutlery? Silverware. She's just calling it silverware. But it's like the handles to the silverware. The die that I used today, and I only used 2 of the dies in there. The stamp set, I only used 1 of the stamps. And then you've got the tea and the coffee set. All in one bundle for 20 bucks. And what you can do with it is amazing. So this is your bundle, and then we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do the Ecoline markers, just in case you don't have them yet. You will not be disappointed in these. No, you will not. And the different sets are amazing. Go back to January's in the studio with Stacy, and I use these for all the classes. Amazing. All right, let me show you some samples. So let's grab some samples for you and show you just how darling they are. Okay, You Will Always Be My Bestie. That's the stamp set. You Will Always Be My Bestie. They stamped and just cut it up. And then you've got tea on the back. Isn't that cute? What a cute little gift. And this one was by Dana M. So cute, Dana. And then we have got Tanya Brooks at Tanya.Brooks2, the number 2. And there's that Jen Long die that flips. And does Dana have? Her Instagram is Dana M_Divine Goddess Cards. Let me see if I can get that up there so you can see. Follow these wonderful makers on Instagram. We got to give them credit where credit is due. It's important. So this one, look at how cute is that. The little welly boots and the dog and the cup of tea, and you've got the umbrella and the backdrop. You will always be my bestie. And this is also Tanya.Brooks2. And here we have another from Dana with the Jen Long. And this one's just sweet. This is Susan B. Cards. Handmade, it's Susan B. Cards. So there's the Instagram, Susan B. Cards. And this one's just beautiful. I love the moodiness about it. I love all the inking. So pretty. Oh, and then look at how cute is this one. This one is also by Susan B. Cards. So cute. You are my cup of tea, bestie. I love that. Well done. So darling. Oh, and this one's pretty. Tanya Brooks. This one's beautiful. Using that embossing folder, again, white ink to highlight that up. And then the stamp set. Ooh, pretty. Oh, and then Dana came right after her. Look at the vintage she did on this. That's with that embossing folder. And wow, so she's got inks, and this is beautiful. She made this. This had to have started as a solid. It did. It started as cream colored paper, and then she inked and she painted, and oh my gosh, it's wonderful. And she went over the top of it with the darker brown. Beautiful. And this is Dana M. Look at that. Two completely different types of cards, both equally amazing. Two different makers, two different types of cards, amazing. But wait, Susan B. Cards. Okay, let's just throw another one into the pile. Hello, there's Susan B. Cards and her interpretation of that embossing folder. Yeah, oh wait, let's just make a whole party out of it. Here's Britt Bass's interpretation of that embossing folder. Look at 4 different makers, entirely different makers with entirely different takes on that embossing folder. Each of them amazing in its own. Wow. I love it. So you've got Britt Bass, and that's at Ms. Witchcrafter. There you go. And you've got Tanya Brooks at Tanya.Brooks2. And you've got Susan B. Cards at Susan B. Cards. And you've got Dana. Okay, I love that. The same embossing folder, 4 different ways. Oh, Britt, this is so darling. Oh. Okay. Do you mind, Britt, if I save this? And we have a staff member who's actually out today, an SMS girl who's at home. And this might be exactly what she needs. Oh, okay. I hope you're okay with that, Britt. I think I'm going to keep this one and give it away, and because somebody needs it. Somebody really needs it. So, and then here we have another from Britt. Look at how adorable is this. And then I have Dana. Pretty, isn't it? Just elegant. Using the stamp set. And then this one is Britt. All right, you guys. Fabulous samples. Amazing value on the bundle. Crazy great pricing. Beautiful things. And I made a couple too. So, oh, and I just stuck my finger in it. So this is Make It Monday for today. It's an exclusive event only here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, where if we have a value to bring to you, we bring it every Monday. So far, we've had values every Monday. We've been doing this for about 2 years and we haven't run out yet. Yay. Yay. And you will find that the values range between $80 and $100, sometimes a little bit more. Sometimes this one was almost $103, but your price is $19.99. So you'll find this in our online store under our Make It Monday category, or you will find it here in our retail store Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. while supplies last. So I am Stacy, and the next time I see you will be tomorrow for In the Studio with Stacy, where we do our next class featuring Amsterdam paints. And this time I'm pulling out a paper journal, and we're gonna play with that white and black paper journal that is so magnificent. I cannot wait to show you how beautiful the Amsterdam paints work with it. So I will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern for our In the Studio with Stacy classes, where we take fine art and paper crafting products, we melt them together, and we make magic. Until then, everybody, it was good to see you today. I hope we had a great time live chatting, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.